Hey everyone, Andre here. I'm joined by my good friend Belaim.
Hello everyone!
And we just got done checking out Ring Fit Adventure. We got played for about an hour or so at a Nintendo event in New York, and we are here to give you our impressions, our thoughts, to tell you how much we sweated during this game. Now, Belaim, I wanted to bring you because I knew you in particular had a lot of experience with Nintendo's previous workout product, being Wii Fit.
And Wii Fit U.
Well, see, you got well, you nailed this.
And the dancing ones, yeah.
Everything. So, what is your overall impression so far of Ring Fit Adventure based on the hour or so we had?
So far, it's really exciting. I like how interactive it is and how you feel really involved, and there's a lot of motivation in the adventure mode because you want to get to the end, you want to see what there is to see. All the visuals of exploring the world is really fun, and battling the enemies for me was really motivating too. It was a good feeling to actually take them down, and with all workout related movements too. It felt more like you were actually in the world because you were moving along with it. That's
kind of the cool thing about it, is it makes it feel more impactful because it's like you are doing some kind of motion and then the enemy just gets killed by it.
Exactly.
That feels great.
Yeah.
Especially because you can see like there's like this in-game spirit form of your like hand or something. You just see like stopping these enemies and it just feels so good.
That does feel really good. It looks really cool too. It's got a really nice stylized visual to it, and it keeps you like in that positive reinforcement zone because of all the, yeah, you got this, all right, and the music's in there too.
It's like having like a really positive trainer along with you.
It is like that, yeah.
What you're touching on is like a couple of things here. One, it's fun. Like I had a lot of fun playing this because it is keeping you engaged through the visuals. And as you were saying, like the feedback is great in this game.
It really is.
You know, whether it's through the ring, who's your basically your personal trainer, walking you through everything, or even just the feedback the environment gives you. You notice when you run, the faster you run, the faster you go through the environment.
Yeah, we did notice that because of the calibration.
Right. So one thing we noticed that's important is you can calibrate to your setting. Now we were switching off, we didn't recalibrate between us.
We didn't get to recalibrate.
Which meant I think it was adjusted to my running speed, whereas for you that caused a bit of an issue because it wasn't your running speed. It had you like meandering through the environment.
When Andre was running around, he was like blasting through the world. It looked really cool. It was so exciting. I could not wait to try it. I get all strapped in with his settings, and then I'm like meandering around like, oh, what's over here? And it was a little bit discouraging to not have the same results as you, but I think if we would have been able to calibrate for each of us, I would have been able to get that same speed.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was the case. But it worked exactly as I expected it to for me.
But even at the slower pace, it was still fun. And during the slower pace, I got to see more of the world and more of the pickups. Because there's actually things you can pick up along the way.
Which I think was part of my issue was like it was a little bit hard for me to gauge where they were. So I was running so fast.
You were speeding through.
I'm just too fast in this game. What can I say?
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, it was a little bit hard to like pick up the things. But as you were saying though, you're not just running in this game. There's a lot of things to do along the way. So real quick, we should maybe explain accessories in case you missed a trailer. So there are two accessories in this game. You have the leg strap, which one of the Joy-Cons goes into, and then you have the ring accessory itself, which the other Joy-Con goes into. The leg strap measures your running speed and like your leg movement in general, which comes in use for like any knee exercises.
Yeah, the high knee and all that, and how fast you're running.
Exactly. So and it comes in, and even beyond that, like when you're going up like stairs, if you do like these higher like leg stretches or whatever.
Yeah, the higher knee ups you do, the more it knows that you're going upstairs.
Right. So you actually run up the stairs faster.
And when you're doing planks and anything that has to measure something that your leg would need to be changing. Exactly.
And then you also have the ring accessory, which you use to either stretch, you push it inward, or you can pull it outward, which I guess would be the actual stretch. But so you push in, stretch out.
Pull.
Yeah, exactly. So what the ring does is when you're running through the environment, you can push it in to blow a gust of air, and that can interact with things. Or if you see collectibles along the way, like you can break boxes, for instance.
Yeah.
Or if you see collectibles, and you can stretch a ring to create like a vacuum and pull it in.
Luigi style.
And, exactly. So Luigi's Mansion needs support for this ring, by the way. And it feels really good. Like, it feels fun to go through and collect this stuff, and it keeps you engaged with the world. Because you're not just... Like, so we were saying before, when we were just talking, Wii Fit had like a jogging mode. It
does have a jogging mode, but that one you just kind of jog along. You don't really have to do much. But this one, you look around. There's actually slight platforming involved because you can do special... It's on rails, but there are places where it branches off. And if you're able to do the platforming, you can go down a separate way, kind of Star Fox 64 style, you know.
Right.
So,
and you can aim the ring at the direction you want to go.
And you can aim the ring, yeah. There's things all around you, so moving the ring around, there might be a bell that you can hit above you, or there might be something to the side that you can suck up with the vacuum. So it keeps it more involved, I want to say. Like, I was more engaged in that versus the running thing in Wii Fit.
So I have to say, like, I do a lot of treadmill stuff during my workout, and I kind of hate the treadmill.
Yeah,
it's
I don't
just
like the
so
treadmill.
boring.
It's very boring.
And what you're saying here is like running in place is kind of like a treadmill, but like you're getting kind of like the effect of actually going places.
Yeah.
You know, like with the environment changing, and the environments are like pretty beautiful at
They
points.
are. They're really vibrant and they're varied. The ones that we got to play were all very different. It didn't look like we were in the same world, copy pasted.
Right.
It looked like every place was its own thing,
Like,
with its own decorations.
We'd
some
like
trees.
run through a cave and emerge in like a waterfall
Yeah,
area.
that was really cool.
Yeah,
it was neat how you didn't have to run. Like, you actually got a level where you were on a kayak type thing.
Right.
That was neat.
And that actually changes your movement too. But instead of just running in place, now I'm using the ring to like do like a rowing motion kind of, and like get my way across the lake. And yeah, it's doing all these kinds of things to mix up your adventure in each of the levels. And as part of that, as we kind of touched on a bit earlier, but we should probably dive into, there are also battles.
There are,
Where you'll come across like a glowing spot in the world, and then you'll start a battle against these enemies that appear to be shaped like fitness equipment.
Yeah, that's so fun. I love how the pun names, like the kettlebells. There was a kennel bell, and there was a mat, like a workout mat or a yoga mat that was an enemy. That I love that part.
This game loves its puns.
It does,
which means
which is
I
good
love
for
this
me.
game.
I love puns too, so I'm all for it. It was great.
So what's kind of cool, as you were saying earlier, the way these battles work is it is very RPG-like in that you select your attack, your exercise from a menu, and then that is your attack. And then so you perform the attack by doing a set of these moves. And you'll walk you through each step. So there's the overhead press where you put the ring above your head and you squeeze it in. And then for half the set, it's at like a more relaxed pace. But for the latter half of the set, like it tells you to hurry up.
Yeah.
And the better you pull off these moves, the better in sync you are. First off, the better your hair looks.
Oh yeah, that's fun too. When you're doing a good job, your hair goes on fire because you're on fire.
Which is great, exactly.
So good.
And then also the more damage it does.
Exactly.
And of course, also presumably the better workout you get.
Yeah. Yeah, which is the whole point.
So once you so after your attack round, then you have to go on the defensive to defend against the enemies, and that's when you do the ab guard, where you take the ring, you put it against your abs, you push it in, and then that's basically it.
You're supposed to hold your abs just tight. You're supposed to actually hold that there.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's where I was going wrong, because I wasn't really, like, I was doing it. The game thought I was doing it well, but I wasn't feeling anything.
Yeah, well, were you actually flexing your abs? Or
I don't remember. I may not have been. I might have been pushing the ring in.
Yeah, because you could get away with it just pushing it in, but you can also, actively engage your abs and get a better workout that way.
Yeah.
Because the way you do it will also affect how your workout is. If you just kind of, swing the stuff around and you're not really getting into it and you're not using the right form, then you're not going to get the same workout as someone who is going to do the exact form and really put all that effort in.
That's a really good point, because form is really important when you're working out, obviously. I had a personal trainer last year, and it was handy because he was able to give me, real-time advice on how to fix my form.
Yeah.
And what's cool, so the thing with Ring Fit is that it does show you like a diagram on the screen. Like, it does a great job demonstrating how you should be pulling off the exercise. And it does a pretty good job at giving you feedback too, mostly in timing. But there are areas in which it just can't, it won't know. It won't know if you're doing it right or not.
Yeah, I can't look at you and be like, oh, your back's too twisty.
Exactly. So it really is leaving it up to you, which is to be expected. Yeah. But it does mean like you do want to make sure you're performing these exercises right. Yeah. And that is maybe the one thing this product might lack compared to like maybe some of the Connect stuff that they had in the past.
Oh, right. Yeah, because that's a full-on visual.
Exactly. Like it's gauging your entire body, whereas this can only gauge some of it. So and I guess like Wii Fit had a similar thing. Yeah. Where you kind of knew what you're doing sometimes.
Knew, but you could also just sit on the couch and shake the remote around if you wanted.
Exactly.
This one I feel like is a little more precise than that, because you are at least getting, you've got the leg and the ring, so you've got a little bit more going on.
Right. And the ring did seem to do a pretty good job like tracking what I was doing.
Yeah, the ring I didn't feel any issues with.
Yeah, and I felt like in sync, like my motions felt in sync with what was happening on screen as well.
Yeah.
But I saw some concern based on the reveal trailer that the motions didn't seem to be in sync. But based on what I played, so far it seemed fine.
Yeah, in motion when you're playing it, I didn't feel anything like that at all, so that's good. I did have one case where the leg strap came off in the middle of an exercise. But according to the rep that was with us, it will pause the game so you don't lose out on anything while you readjust.
That's really cool. So I put the leg strap over my workout shorts, and my workout shorts are, I don't know, I guess these are...
It's not the Lycra-y stuff that I have.
Yeah, so. I think the better material, like the more friction in the material, probably the better for the leg strap. Yeah. Because I think it was sliding down on you,
mine was more slidey because I have the type that's more like a bathing suit where it's really slick. So it was sliding a little bit with that, and we didn't really get to try it on just bare skin.
That's true, yeah. So this was a preview event, obviously,
Yeah.
so we didn't spend a whole lot of time like making sure we had like the best setup for it.
We were trying to see as much as we could see
Exactly.
and get as many levels
and
done.
we were like swapping off constantly.
Yeah, we were swapping off under one profile,
So, but yeah, it does seem like maybe the material might make sure that like the leg strap stays in place better. But once I tightened it for me, it wasn't too much of an issue.
Yeah, me either.
So we should probably talk about real quick, perhaps the most important thing, is this actually a workout? Because as we kind of touched on before, like with Wii Fit, like there were times in Wii Fit where like I did feel tired, but there were also times where I'm like, oh, that kind of did nothing for me, and it felt like kind of like a fragmented experience. What is your take? Especially as a Wii Fit expert, what is your take on Ring Fit Adventure? Like, were you feeling it, and how did it compare to Wii Fit?
Yes, yeah, I definitely do, especially because since I was more into the game and I was more sucked into the world and I was more motivated, I feel like I worked harder because I wanted to get to the end of the level. I wanted to see more. I was looking all around to see what was around me. So I personally did, and I know for sure you got a workout because you were sweating real hard
like
afterwards. Yeah.
So, and I work out too, so it wasn't just me being out of shape.
No. He's not out of shape. He actually got the highest score out of the entire building for this like arm challenge. So
that was a lot
not out
of
of
fun.
shape.
We had like an audience.
Yeah, there was
watching.
an audience. Everybody gathered around. They're like, "Yeah, Andre."
But what was really cool is I guess we're kind of getting ahead here,
Yeah.
but we were playing the quick play mode, I think, which had
Oh yeah, the mini games.
Oh yeah. So, we were doing one of the challenges. And in that, we actually saw in real time when I passed the other guy's highest score.
Yeah.
And that's when everyone started cheering me on. I think the person whose highest score got like depressed.
Yeah, he was like, "Oh no, we got to get back in there." Actually, I think they told us afterwards he tried to beat it and he couldn't beat you.
Yeah. What can I say? It's all the Mario Party button mashing coming through for me.
Exactly.
We'll get back to the other modes in a short time
we'll
here.
Get back to that.
But yeah, so as a workout though.
Yeah, I really do feel like it is a workout because they have a lot of variation within the time frame that you're playing the levels. And you're not just doing one thing repetitively, it's changing it up for you. And I personally felt that. Did you feel like it was a workout?
Oh, I think you could see it was a workout. I was definitely feeling it.
Yeah.
After even at the end of the first stage, I was feeling it. Once I got on stage 2, like that's when I really started like sweating up a storm. And I think you kind of hit on something there. Like it's varied. Like you're doing all these activities, which I think is partially why it felt like a huge workout. And that's I think partially where Wii Fit went wrong for me. Because that was built more on like very single.
It's
like,
segmented. It was like here we're focusing on this particular thing. Here we're focusing on this. This one does a great job of throwing a bunch of different things at you and not predictably either. Like you'll be running through the world and all of a sudden you see, oh my gosh, there's something. I got to hit this bell up in the top, or I got to jump over this platform. So,
or I got to row across the river.
Yeah, so it's not predictable, which is really fun.
And even in battle, where it's a little bit more predictable because you're literally choosing your moves.
Yeah, because you choose what you're gonna do.
But it actually prevents you from using the same move too often.
Which I like because I could really see myself getting into the comfort zone, being like, oh, I just want to use this swish movement for the rest of the battle.
Exactly.
But it won't let you do that, which is very good.
And if you really want to make it unpredictable, there actually is a random option in the battle, so it chooses a random move for you. So.
That's right.
So we should mention real quick too, as we mentioned, the battles are like an RPG, so you actually do have health, and if you don't properly ab guard, you will take damage. And we actually asked what happens if you lose all your hearts. You actually will lose the challenge, lose the level.
You
don't die, you lose.
You lose, not die.
And you have to restart the level from the beginning.
But you do not lose anything that you've done so far. Like if you did like 50 reps of the swinging arms or something, that will still count in your profile. They won't erase anything that you've done.
Which is awesome.
Yeah,
which
that'd
be
nice,
really,
because that would be very depressing.
Exactly, it'd be very demotivating.
It would be very discouraging.
Like, why am I playing this stupid game?
Yeah,
I'm not getting anything for it, except better health or whatever. Who plays games for better health, right? That's a side benefit now.
Yeah.
But so kind of related to that, as part of the whole RPG aesthetic they have going on here, as we were saying earlier, you can earn cash or rings, money. And then you get ingredients. You can make smoothies from the options menu, and then you can drink the smoothies in game during battle to regain
for some
your health.
buffs and stuff. Yeah,
that's just kind of a cool way of tying in.
Yeah,
like, more
I thought that was
healthy.
really nice.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And of course, the whole adventure mode, as you probably already know, is built around eventually defeating
the monster guy.
I want to call him Drago.
Okay, let's go with that.
So we didn't get five ourselves, but we do watch the whole opening cutscene, and it looks hilarious. Like this guy is this buffed up bodybuilder.
I love it. I love the characterization, and the main character's eyes are like squares. It's so crazy.
What's really funny too is my hotel I'm staying at right now is right next. It's literally connected to Planet Fitness.
Yeah, it is.
And Planet
I think
Fitness,
they did that on purpose.
I think so. Right? Yeah, maybe. And Planet Fitness has what they call the lunk alarm, where if you start grunting or you drop weights, it sets off the lunk alarm in the gym. So this guy Drago here, he looks like the kind of guy that'll set off the lunk alarm. So.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
All right.
There's also outfits that you can, I think, is that what you can buy with the money? That's one of the things you can do?
I think so.
I think you unlock them as you progress through the adventure, and you can change your look. And you can actually change your entire look throughout the game at any time. But you can buy different outfits and clothes, and they will give you different bonuses and perks, and like increase your strength, for example, and also your appearance in-game. And you can change your skin tone. They had a bunch of skin tones. I was really excited about that, and a lot of eye colors. And your gender even. You can change that whenever. You just go into the settings and you can change that up.
That is cool. You can change your clothing, as you said.
Yeah.
And clothing does give you different attributes.
Yes.
Because you do rank up in this game. So yeah, I mean, again, like the cool thing about this game is how this goes all in on the RPG idea.
Yeah.
And it's going to be really interesting to see how the mainstream market reacts. Mm-hmm. Because like my mom, she does not know anything about RPGs. But when I told her about this game, she was super excited. So I'm really curious to see like how she takes to the RPG elements, because they are simple enough. Like they're not complicated.
No, it's just, I think she'll get into it, because changing your outfit for workout, that's like a natural thing that you want to do when you're working out. You don't want to wear the same workout outfit every single day. So I think people should be able to get into that pretty easily. Mm-hmm. It seems pretty, very beginner friendly as far as the RPG elements go.
And I forget if we mentioned there are different difficulty settings, which I believe just affects how hard to press the ring in.
So he was saying like it goes up to 100, and based on how difficult you set it, you won't get it, like you won't count for the rep until you hit that exact space. You want to be able to push the ring in a certain amount, and then it'll count, because if the ring itself cannot change the resistance.
Right, the resistance on the ring is always consistent. Right. But, the harder you push in that ring, the harder it actually is.
Right, if you like level it all the way up to 100, you're going to have to get that ring really, really smushed in order for them to count your rep.
Yeah, I wonder what kind of materials are using that thing to keep it so it doesn't keep its shape, right?
Because they were reassuring us over and over, this thing is very quality, like they had really strong people in there trying their hardest to break it, and they could not, so it's you can squish that thing as much as you want.
Beyond the adventure mode, there are 3 other modes. One's quick play, which has, I think, different minigames and challenges. So one of the minigames was a whack-a-mole type game, where I had to spin the ring, and then there were moles that appeared on the inside of the ring and outside the ring, and there's like also 2 little mallets connected to the ring, so that's why you had to rotate it to get the mallets in place to target these moles. You push a ring in to hit the moles on the inside, you stretch out the ring to hit the moles on the outside, and it gets crazy.
It does.
Like there's like halfway through, like the psychedelic lights came on. I was like, what's going on?
It was like a Mario Party game, like to the extreme.
Yeah, except you're actually getting like a workout
except
doing
you're
it.
working out, yeah.
And that kind of ties into the whole thing. Like you're having fun doing it, and it doesn't feel like a workout.
Right.
And that's awesome. I love that.
That is the best. Like being able to mask it that way and just be fun. That's incredible.
Exactly. Now, perhaps a little bit less on the fun scale, though. I don't know. You did this one. But they also have the custom mode, which is basically where you can design your own custom workout. Yeah. So you want something like a little bit more conventional, a little bit more like just fly out. You don't want to deal with the RPG stuff right now. You just want to have a workout. You go in here. You can choose what moves you want to do in what order. How many reps of each one you want to do, and then it just throw them at you in order. So you got to do this yourself.
I did get to do that. And they have a recommended section, too. If you don't want to craft your own, they will craft it up for you. So say you wanted to just work out for 10 minutes or something, you could just go into that mode, go to the recommended, select 10 minutes, and you've got something already good to go. But I think I went with a leg workout since you did the arm challenge. I was like, well, I can't follow that act. So I did the leg stuff, and it was pretty fun, even though there was no game to be watching. It was still fun to go along. There's like a little robot guy, and it's just it's good reinforcement, and it's good feedback to get this, like, yeah, you're getting it, you're on fire, and then at the end you get scored, and I think we got like S's and A's and all that, so that was really nice.
Yeah, the announcer actually reminded me a little bit of the Wave Race announcer. Good, great, perfect,
exactly.
Good going.
It is like that, yeah.
But it actually feels good in this case. Like I like getting that feedback from the moves I'm doing.
It is good. It's like, yes, I'm actually doing something.
How did the custom workout compare to the adventure mode in terms of like feeling tired?
Well, for me personally, the adventure mode was more engaging and more fun, so I feel like I lasted longer for that one. But I feel like as far as a traditional workout, it felt more like a workout for the custom one.
Right.
But I think I actually ended up working out more for the adventure mode, but it didn't feel like it, which is key. Because then you're not, oh my gosh, when is this going to be over?
Right, you're not like watching the clock.
Yeah, you're not watching the clock.
How many more reps do you have to do?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But for me, I really liked the adventure. That was my cup of tea for sure.
There is one other mode, though, Elaine, before we get ahead of ourselves here, and that was the multitask mode. And this one I had no idea about.
Yeah, this was brand new for both of us. We didn't know about this.
So what's kind of cool is apparently the ring, along with the Joy-Con, it can work without even being connected to the Switch. So you can take this ring anywhere you want, to the grocery store if you want, and you can just do a workout right there just by squeezing it in.
Yeah.
And the Joy-Con actually tracks and remembers how many times you squeeze it in. So when you go, how many times or pulled it, I guess. You just squeezed or pulled.
Yeah.
And then when you bring it back home, you can then sync it to your Switch again to Ring Fit, and it'll download all the presses you did, and it'll add it to your account.
Yeah.
So it can like level you up based on exercises you did outside the house or whatever you were doing.
Yeah, wherever you took it, and you can actually gift it to someone else too on the same. Like, there's several different profiles within the game, so you can actually give it to your friend if you think they need a little boost, or want to just give them a nice gift, or you could give it to your own character, and it helps level you up. Yeah,
that is really cool. It reminds me a little bit of in Mario World, and one of my friends would run out of lives and would donate him a couple of lives. Like, here you go, buddy. Get back in the game. Yeah. So that's a cool little mode. I mean, again, I don't know how much I'll use it myself, just because like the whole appeal for me is the feedback you get in game.
Yeah.
But it is kind of cool. Like if you do want to do a workout, you just don't have time to play the game. You can do it.
Or if you don't have the TV for whatever reason, you can't use the Switch in handheld mode. I don't know. Yeah.
So that's neat. They can get progress in the game without having to play
it brings a little bit of the social in there because you can gift. And speaking of social, you can go online as well.
Good segue. That's right. So yeah, we asked about this. And apparently there is a way to basically compare stats with friends as well as strangers, I believe. I believe based on two criteria, either age or region.
Yeah, I think there's an age group. JC was telling us like an age group that you can be compared to, and your actual friends that you have. As long as you both have a Nintendo Online account, then you can see like kind of where you are. Was it a ranking system or was it just like scores?
I'm not into it's a part I'm a little fuzzy on.
Yeah, we need to clarify that part.
I don't know the exact details of it, but yeah, just have an online component
but
where
there is an online,
and you can see to some degree how you compare with others.
But it's not in a negative kind of way. Like it's not pointing out, oh, you only got one rep. It's more like if you're not friends, I think it's just a generic, like, here's an icon, this person got this score on this minigame. And if it's your friend, I think you might just see the score. It's nothing that can make anybody feel self-conscious.
Right.
Which is very nice.
That is a positive. Because, they're trying to avoid the Drago, whatever, the negative gym culture. So I think we've covered most of the game, Belle-Aim. Is there anything else, any specific points you wanted to bring up?
Ring Buddy looks a lot like a genie and sounds like David Cross.
Yes, good point. Yeah, so this ring, it's a sentient ring. It has a little genie face on it that talks to you, which is a little bit disconcerting almost. They didn't show that in the trailer at all. I had no idea about this like ring buddy thing, this ring genie. And I guess actually was that one of the like original Aladdin tales? Like wasn't there like a magic ring or something?
I don't know.
So maybe that's where it came from. I don't know. Anyways, yeah. So I did kind of like how they added they gave the ring a personality. Like he's talking to you, he's like working you through this adventure. And this game actually does have like a lot of personality too. Like through the visuals, like the feedback, the character.
And the way that it looks, too, it's just a really fun, encouraging, uplifting. The whole aesthetic is really nice, I think.
So are you going to pick one of these up?
Yes, I am. I've already decided. I'm really excited about this. I think it will be fun, and I've been reassured that it's a long adventure as well, that'll take you a while. Like, even if you play an hour a day, it's going to be a while before you even get to the boss. So I'm looking forward to seeing what kind of results I can get from this kind of workout.
I'm really excited too. Like, I was a little bit hesitant on like running in place. I'm like, how much of a workout can that really be? Especially because I had experience with it from Wii Fit, where they had that jogging mode.
That didn't do it for me.
After a few minutes of this, where I was just pouring sweat, and we had a fan blowing on us too, and it was a pretty cool room as well. And I'm like, wow, okay, I'm feeling it, and it was fun though.
It was.
So I am legitimately excited for this game now.
Me too.
Like it's fun. You're getting a workout doing it. I mean, the real question at this point is, like, how long is it going to keep you playing?
Yeah.
And the hope is for a while.
Yes.
But the thing is, like, with any kind of gym exercise, like, you never fully know, like, how long you're going to be able to commit to it for, or how long it'll keep your interest. But I will say, based on what I played so far, this is really promising.
Yeah,
like, this,
I agree.
This is going, I think, a step beyond what Wii Fit was, in that it just seems it seems even more accessible, like a little bit easier to get into, and it's just kind of keeping you engaged by switching things up constantly.
Yeah, that is such a key for me, that variation and the unpredictability. Both of those things I love. Because whenever you go to a gym and you start a new workout, you're always super pumped. You're like, yes. So I'm really curious to see how long this lasts. If it's, if it can actually keep my attention for months. That's really exciting.
Yeah, I mean, at the very least, like, I want to get to the end adventure mode and beat Drago.
I know, I'm just motivated for that alone.
Yeah. All right, any final thoughts at all, Belaine, before we wrap it up here?
I just want to play more.
I do too.
I don't know.
That's kind of the fun thing about this. Like, it's addictive in the way that most games are. I mean, don't get me wrong, most games are, good games are addictive. But this game is addictive in a different way. Because, like, you're getting the high, the natural high of working out too at the same time.
Yeah, you're getting those endorphins.
Which most games don't. Because, like, We Fit, you got the high tons of it too, but it lacked the strong feedback in game, which this game has.
Yeah.
So, like, I mean, when your hair is going all like Dragon Balls, all Super Saiyan, and
yeah,
like,
I know,
it just
that's so great.
Like when you're just running through this environment, like you're going through the mud
Sonic
and
style.
Yeah. Like, it feels like you're making physical progress, even though you're going nowhere in real life. But I mean, you are,
It's like VR light.
It kind of is, exactly.
It even shows you like this little image. Make sure all your surrounding is completely clear.
Yep, absolutely.
So,
you know what? I was interested before. I'm excited now.
Yeah, me too. I was really interested before. After actually playing it, I'm like, where can I buy one of these right now?
Yeah. Combining an RPG with a workout. Who would have thought that
I know.
would work?
What a great idea.
It really is.
I love it.
All right, I think we're about done here, guys. So thank you so much for watching. If you liked our discussion, make sure to like and follow us on Facebook and Twitter at GameXplain. And you can also follow Belaime at...
Oh, I have a YouTube channel, youtube.com/Belaime, and also on Twitter, and it's Belaime and then an underscore, because someone already took the other name.
And there will be a link to all of that in the description below. And of course, stay tuned to GameXplain for hopefully a lot more on Ring Fit Adventure, but I want to cover more of this game.
I do too.
So
I hope they give us more than one.
That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that would be great.
All right, guys, we'll catch you later. Bye.
Bye.